Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me on Berets, and let me tell you, I'm always happy to hear me some FF14 music because man was playing 14 fun for a good long while there and before it just got, kind of just needed to take a break from it because every game I feel like, no matter how much you play it or how little you play it, you gotta kind of take a break. But regardless, it is news day, and both JP and Global have gotten probably most of the news. There'll probably be a little bit of news that'll trickle out tomorrow to deal with campaigns and whatnot on the JP side, and maybe some little bit of extra pieces of Global news. But regardless, we're going to talk about all of it. We're going to talk about the JP side first, as always, because the JP side came out first. So yeah, it is this summer months here in Japan. Boy howdy, is the temperature rising ever so quickly, where my only consolation is at night when the cool wind slightly blows in through my window, because I just don't want to run my air conditioner that much. But either way, let's take a look at what's new. So we're going to see a new battle arena. Looks like it is on the beach, which is going to be... that's a hint to what we're getting towards next. But anyway, taking a look at it, of course, mock battle and everything like that. And say hello to that hinting I was talking about earlier. Say hello to Beach Lilith, in case anybody out there was really looking forward to that beach version. I mean, I feel like I predicted this on one of my streams, or at least tossed out the idea. Anyway, Beach Lilith is going to be our summer version. You can pretty much bet that she is a limited time unit, because much like the Christmas versions that have come before, they are gone now. Probably will be repeated, but let's take a quick look at exactly what is so interesting about her. First of all, she's changed to an earth element now, and I gotta give props to the bow design on that, that it is like a coconut tree bow. I've never seen it before, but man, is that kind of just fantastic. Taking a look at her really quickly, of course, Archer is going to be, or should I say, the Japanese translation more works out to be Hunter. Double Gunner and Paladin, what an interesting combination of jobs to have. First of all, Hunter is just going to be really good for her range. Primary UR Archer character, can't give enough thumbs up to it. Just really happy to see that. Earth Elemental 2 is also nice because it counters some of the mages, particularly our brand new mage on the JP side. Double Gunner gives her some other range options as well, and Paladin is just so interesting because it's going to make her tanky. I would almost just give her a, wow, this is a 100% upgrade of the MR unit that we got earlier in the month, Lorela. I want to call her that. Anyway, because the double R is just kind of hard to hit on that name. Anyway, I think that just seems like a total upgrade, which isn't that surprising. Limit Burst is damage large with shooting attacks, and resistance for 3 turns is down, which is interesting. Chance to move for 3 turns as well with a status effect will be removed, so that's pretty interesting, really interesting. She also has just a really nice looking AoE attack for an archer. So again, the MR unit basically on steroids, I think 100%. Other than that, she will be the spend lapis, get extra shards version of her. So that's fine. I think that for a limited time unit, this is probably way better than what we're also going to talk about, because there is going to be a new JP event, and it looks like, I hope that this is a hint that Luasa is just right around the corner, because usually what happens on the JP side when we have a story-based character, we get the characters that are featured in the event. So last month, even though it was kind of Scar's event too, and Scar came later, and now this month we're seeing a bunch of characters on this one, but we're also seeing Luasa, so I'm really hoping that she finally gets her own banner. Probably mid-month July would seem pretty logical. Continuing on, taking a look at it, the special weapon that will be farmable looks like a rune blade, which is really interesting. Just love the design on that weapon. Absolutely just Love that artwork. That's really cool, and I'm really happy to see that we're finally getting some great new design weapons. Probably going to be more magic orientated because here we go. Here's the next thing. Even the counter to our new limited time unit. It's already here. A wind-based UR damager. Hasn't been one in a while. Thinks about it for a second. Yerma comes to mind. Lucia, other than that. Anyway, so we are going to be featuring a double banner for the first little month on the JP side because, you know, the last few months haven't been kind of potentially stressful already. So let's take a look at our first character, who is Shell is her name. Pretty easy enough. First of all, love her design. The flowery, the bright colors. I think she just looks incredibly awesome. Taking a look at her, she is another ice element, though, piling on top. Her cost is 50, so it's pretty low. She is a MR or SSR-based character, and her jobs are Green Mage, Time Mage, and Thief. Could be really interesting to have a more support-type unit. Now, it shows that she has Ruin, so she will have some attacking magic. She also has pretty good range looking on that ability, but Time Mage is almost always valuable, and Thief is potentially super interesting. If she gets Steel Heart, if she gets Steel Time, I could see this unit being good in the future. Either way, absolutely cute as a button. Really looking forward to adding this character at some point to the collection of characters I have. Now, to look at our new UR character, again, really happy that they're adding more male UR-based characters because the balance is pretty heavily on the side of females. Taking a look at this character's job, whose name is Howlet. Okay, alright, I prefer this name compared to some of the other names we've got. It's just pretty easy to say and remember. Howlet, let's take a look. So Wind UR based, what is his job? So we have Rune Knight as his primary job, again related to the new weapon that we are seeing, and that's fine. Probably going to be a magic based sword or great sword of some type, so potentially also gives rain, people who use rain, a additional weapon. I'm probably said if it was a great sword, just to check. Anyway, moving on, Red Mage and White Mage are his sub-jobs. It'll be interesting to see. First of all, the thing that catches my eye, I can already see that he has basically a sword-based ability that has range and is AoE. First big kind of tick mark on just things that I am looking for in a magic-based character. I think that it's going to be potentially good. It looks to be also HP drain related, which could just be really strong. Also looking at the rest of his kit, that is an incredible range on his abilities that I'm seeing. His limit burst is a after 3-turn wind resistance, magical dependent damage. So debuff for wind elemental, which is kind of weird. I don't know if there's I can't think of a ton of wind-based characters that you would get a lot out of this, but a wind debuffer seems interesting. The only thing that I'm noting about his limit burst seems to be single target, which is less interesting, but still be good. Might be good. We'll have to take a look and see at his full kit. Either way, I'm kind of excited about both of these characters for different reasons. First of all, a primarily based support unit, even at a lower rarity with Thieves' job, might just be really good. She might have good movement, she might have good stats on her, and she might just have a really solid kit for a cheap MR. Maybe. Fingers crossed. Continuing on, talking about the UR, more wind elemental characters. Cool. I think that Kryl is so much in the JP kind of arena and Guild War that getting a really strong counter to her is a good, potentially really nice thing to have if you're super into Guild Wars. This guy will have strong wind-based damage, looks like he has some AoE in his kit, and he has a weapon to support him. So all of those things point to him being potentially really good just going to have to see that kit. Either way, having White Mage as well means that he is going to be potentially just a good secondary healer, especially for things such as Tower and whatnot. And Red Mage, kind of a combination of both, should at least have some good Wind Elemental spell options in there and included. Okay. All right, the news never stops as the FF14 collaboration is coming back, and for anybody who's wondering, no, there are no new goddamn characters. Don't ask, we're not getting them. The event seems to be a repeat event focused primarily on a couple of new pieces of equipment. Looks like the Lionheart is coming back, but also we are getting an accessory. Interestingly enough, a MR or SSR style accessory in a glove. Also looks like they're promoting just upgrading of weapons. And the ticket system seemed to be back as well, so that'll be interesting. A second chance to get Y'shtola as well as Thancred, or level your Thancred up. There'll also be a little bit of rework for AI. Probably get more of that when the details are completely out. It should be noted that there will be a brand new UR card. As a person who played FF14, I want to say that this is reused artwork, but at least it features more of the cast. I'm a little disappointed to not see new FF14 characters, because I actually do like FF14's characters a lot. Alphinaud, Alisail, like, just so many good FF14 characters that I'd like to see a little bit more. But let's take a look at what this card actually has. So its granted effect is the increased magical power of fire, and the party ability is attack up. Obviously, this is almost universally just the best in the world for a combination of Rain or Y'shtola. Obviously, boosting fire magic is good for either of these characters, and giving the rest of the party attack up is useful. Heck, it's even technically useful for Rain. It potentially allows you to work a really nice, I use Rain as kind of my main tank kind of thing, but it does mean that you're not going to be able to use the hate generation card, which is also its own kind of problem. So you're going to have to... This card is really weird to evaluate, just looking at the top of it. Obviously, making Y'shtola better is kind of a nice thing, because I am a fan of Y'shtola, and the card giving something else to the rest of the party is pretty nice too. It could be used with Rain, even if Rain is kind of just a DPS for you, but it is a UR limited card, and that makes it really hard. It took 7 months for 14 to come back. Who knows how long till 14 come back again? So do or die on this card. I think I'd rather go with the pair of coconuts. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean the Lilith character for, yeah, this reason. Other than that, also doesn't look like we are getting any kind of an upgrade for Y'shtola or Thancred, and the old cards are returning as well, so if you wanted those, you have another chance. So that's pretty much all the JP news. I'm sure there will be some login lapis and everything announced tomorrow. Out of the banners, my most interested, a limited time archer. I love me some archers in games, so this is pretty easy for me to kind of get behind. Lilith's also a pretty cool character. I just want to see like an exclusive archer character ability that breaks the enemy, like breaks attack, defense, magic, and I would almost be 100% sold on this character, almost 100%. As for the other banner, it looks like this dude might also be a brand new character coming very shortly, or he might be an event character. Kind of hard to say. As for the other banner, I like nothing, everything here is permanent, but I would probably put a big, probably my most anticipated to be good unit is our new male wind UR. I think that, I mean, while an Earth Archer is potentially really good, because it counters Scar, it counters Orlandu, it could potentially counter any Thunder Elemental character in the future, especially with a nice AoE attack. A wind magic user, like a primarily wind magic user that has wind debuff down and could potentially really put the hurt on Kryl and some other really strong Earth Elemental characters. Gotta say, pretty interested, but we'll take a full look at both everyone's kit once they are out. And to conclude off, Fravia has been shown off. We didn't really get any new information except for one kind of major piece of information, which is the fact that Fravia looks to be a limited time because of a message that I saw where basically it says that her shards are available through Chocobo Expedition for a short period of time, and I do believe I saw on Discord that someone said that she's limited time. So if that turns out to be wrong, blame them. Go to the Discord and raise hell. Anyway, my thoughts on Fravia are just way too early. With her being limited, though, this is kind of incredibly strange because she's a Brave Exvius character, and there's absolutely zero reason for her to be limited time, as none of the other Brave Exvius characters have been limited time yet. Secondly, if anybody's looking for me to make a judgment call on her, really hard to tell. If her healing is just absolutely solid and she becomes the second best healer on global, and her damage is also pretty solid, she could just be an easy recommendation, especially with a lot of people who develop Medenia. But I kind of want to see her kit before I make that judgment call. Either way, should be interesting on Wednesday to see all of this data come out and just try to unpack all of it. As for all you globalers who are currently curious about the Porcelain Tower and any advice I have, keep your eyes out because that video will be going up relatively shortly in the near future. Anyway, that's all for this video. Take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Also, FF14 music is awesome. If you have never listened to it, go listen to it. Like now. Do it. Thanks for watching.